I've got no in-game sound.
If you press pause and then go back out of it, you get game sound.
There we go. Oh, there we go. You're an absolute genius. Right, lap track map. I want full map. Telemetry I want on because it's quality. There we go. Right, we are here. Sorry it's taken forever. We are finally live streaming. Me and Oliver were stuck on a black please wait screen, and it turned out everybody else was actually racing. Either way,
we love this game. We do.
Oh, we absolutely love it. Anyway, I think we've missed half of qualifying.
I'm going to so later. Colours the God is on a lap. Colours the God is back. Hello, Colours the God.
He had a last week. He had an amazing race, Colours.
Oh, like, didn't he just?
He didn't have a great finish. Like I can't remember if they finished the race or not. But he was actually really quick. He's showing he's been reserve in GP1 for the last 3 weeks in a row, I'd like to say.
Yeah.
And he's showing he's got good pace. It's actually, to be fair, it's good practice for him for GP3 because he gets to do more racing.
So I'm going to tell you a bit of track facts, alright, about the circuit. So this track was built in 1921. And this track was not used for Grand Prix racing until 1925. This track is 8.7 miles long. And it's around, and it's to almost 7 kilometers. This circuit it is the longest circuit on the calendar. So this is the lap times you can see right now. Is in the 42s. Later into 5th. Go lap from him there. See how Colours is doing.
Started a lap. And there are Absi. Is he reserved for us? Is he new? I think he's a new driver, to be fair. And there are Absi.
Absi, he does ring a bell.
New GP1 driver?
Probably.
I mean, he's pretty quick. He's not that far off the pace, to be fair. Right, let's look at everybody else. Who is on a lap down?
Jensen boy is.
Jensen's a 10th up on his time. Malema,
he just crossed Malbody into Rivage.
Malema's done a 42.3, the same with Lost Souls. Hoping for Lost Souls to break that Mercedes curse with lasers today. Because the Mercedes curse is actually back in the rest of the divisions. They've been doing pretty well, but GP1, Mercedes has still have a bit of a curse going on. Of doing well in qualifying and not having a good result.
Oh, Jensen got a little bit out of shape there.
He's pushing, isn't he?
Through the Fania chicane, he's just gone through Stavelot's. The Stavelot
1.2 seconds up. He's on for
previous. Wow.
He's on for a 42.2. This is going to be tight. Final sector is going to matter here.
Through Blanchimont corner now towards the bus stop. How late is he going to be on the brakes? Very late.
Oh, he lost it.
Oh, you could tell he was pushing, didn't you?
Oh, he's a great catch. I mean, it's still a competitive time.
He only was it about 4/10 of seconds?
Yeah, he lost about 4/10, considering the spin he had. Still a very, very competitive time. Sonic Hawk retired?
Yeah, he just retired in the pits.
Oh, he's retired in the pits. Nah. Who else is on a lap?
Lost Souls has just got through the source.
Mike's on a lap. Yeah, so Mike's the next one. Mansell's just started a lap, I believe. He's currently done a 2:21, so I think he's going to improve on that time.
If you think of Spa, you've got to think about Mika Häkkinen's. Oh, Mike's abandoned. So yeah, so you got to think of Mika Häkkinen's double overtake on this straight where Quinton's on now. The double move that he put off, that was insane.
Yeah. I think the other great moment at Spa was when, I can't remember what year it was Raikkonen in the Ferrari, maybe in 2007, when Raikkonen was in the Ferrari, there's a massive cloud of smoke going onto the Kemmel Straight, and Raikkonen went through full throttle. There could have been anything ahead of him. Could have been a car, could have been damaged, could have been anything. It was just someone's blown engine. Lost Souls invalidates. He was on for a great lap as well. Never mind.
Quinton right now going through the final chicane now. He's now literally pushing this Alpine. Everything he's giving him. Let's see how he does through the second stabilo, nice and tight.
Tense up. Oh, this is good from Quinton.
I think this could be top 3.
Quinton,
Even top 2.
GP2 driver last season, stepped up the same as Mansell into GP1 for this year. Can he show his pace that he has? Comes through the last chicane. Great exit, I must say. Comes across the line, and it's on pole. Quinton on pole.
Because Mansell, he's got a very good record on this track. As Mansell, he won here last season, and he goes at the P6 after a slide.
42.9. Yeah, he probably lost about 2 to 3 tenths, I'd like to say, in that last corner.
Now you remember Mansell last season, and you were with him as well, Morris. The drive he did against what's his face, Nelly. The drive that he did in the wet last season, he was hoping for wet racing today, but obviously that won't happen.
No, I doubt it's going to be a wet race today, to be fair.
Oh, Costa got spins!
Save it!
Oh, well, if I was real life, I would have said something different.
I mean, if that was real life, he's out of quality. The game has blessed him. Does he have? I don't think he has time to get in the pits and get back out again, does he?
I'm not too sure.
It's a very long lap. No,
Absi's gonna do. Absi's gonna. Is the next guy to start his lap in the Ferrari?
Yeah, Mike hasn't set one either.
Game Boys hasn't set a lap either.
Mansell and Quinton becoming into the pits. We've got a Red Bull just coming out of the pits. This is Jensen. Watch out for Jensen and improve. We did see him mess up his exit of the final chicane, so again, watch out for Jensen to potentially be on pole. We know he can just chuck out a random stupid lap time out of nowhere.
With Jensen, he's one of those guys who's really pushing for a championship. Absolutely go for a super wide line, and he's going to start his lap. Let's see how Absi gets on. Massive locker going into La Source there from Absi. Mansell has gone for another lap in the McLaren.
Gone for 2 laps and so well. Maybe he thinks that he can't make it round in time. Because to be fair, he's got to come into the pits,
get the tyres changed,
and come out. I mean, to be fair, he's getting a toe off that Mercedes. He's getting a massive toe off Laser. Is Laser or is it Lost Souls?
It's Lost Souls. He's got to get the slipstream off.
Alright, back on board with Absi.
Mansell's 42,000 slower in the first sector.
Yeah, well, to be fair, all Mansell's really got to do on this lap is keep it the same as his previous and just get a better exit off that last chicane, and he will improve his time anyway. Absi's really getting on those curves. That is risky, but he's done it right. Those curves can really kick you off if you get on these. These curves are, well, almost like old-fashioned circuit curves. They're very thick curves. Ah, he's invalidated. Right, back on board with Mansell.
He's just about to finish off the second sector. Mansell, what's his sector going to be? It's a bit quicker. He's matching his time. He's matching.
You just got to keep this last sector nice and clean. He could overtake Absi here. I won't expect him to be faster than Jensen, but I do expect him to jump Absi if he gets a good exit.
It's all about that last chicane for him, isn't it? It's all about that last chicane.
Looks a lot better.
It's much better for Mansell.
There you go. 42.6.
He'll be happy with that.
42.6. Only 1/10 of Jensen's current time. Jensen is 100,000 slower than his previous best.
100,000 slower? That's new. Maybe just 1,000th?
Yeah, maybe that. But don't forget Jensen's time last time. He was on for a 42.2, but just messed up his final turn. So don't expect his sector times to be that much of an improvement. Again, he's just got to improve that last turn.
Lost Souls has gone purple in the first sector. He's really pushing his Lost Souls.
Jensen's 39,000 slower. Laser, sorry, coming across the line. Laser's on for a good improvement here. I'm sorry. Laser on pole. Oh my word.
That's a dirty tie for Laser. That's dirty. Melema is the next fastest guy to cross the
Jensen got
line.
a great exit.
Melema's on 3/10 faster. Jensen in the second. Melema's gone 3/10 faster in the second sector.
This is going to be a tight quali finish.
Lost Souls are 10 faster in the second sector, so Melema's faster than Lost Souls at the moment.
Oh, he swung that car around beautifully. Get good traction. Good traction from Melema. He crosses the line. P2, he's been in front of Jensen. Onto Lost Souls. Nearly 2/10s up now.
Good exit for Lost Souls. Here he comes across the line. It's going to be 4 for Lost Souls. 1 and 4 for Mercedes. They'll take that.
Anyone else on a lap? SFR Martin. I don't think he's on one. Mike is in the pits. Mike and Colours. That's it. Quali's done. Very close quali. Laser P1. Melema 2. Jensen 3. Lost Souls 4. Quintin with a good result in 5.
If you want to check the gap to the leader, look at the gap to the leader from the top 3. Almost a 1/10 of a second between the 3.
That is a very, very close qualifying session there. Yeah, Jensen's just said that. 3/10. 3/10. That's it.
You mean a 10th? Well, if you want to count Lost Souls, then yeah.
Oh right, I know you said he lost 3/10 from turn 8 to 11th. Oh right.
Ooh. So Jensen could have gone faster. Wow, that's scary of a thought.
That is scary, but again, it's all about piecing that lap together. And Laser just managed to piece it together. Great lap from Laser. Laser has shown some proper good pace. Last week, Laser was on pole, and his Wi-Fi said bye-bye.
Because it's Mercedes.
Literally, last week, he was on pole by, what, 3/10 of a second? He did the same thing, chucked in a disgusting lap when no one was expecting. Because he was late getting into the session, and then his Wi-Fi just said absolutely not. Anyway, reading out your top 10, we've got Laser on pole with a 41.8, then we have Melema P2, Jensen 3, Lost Souls and the other Mercedes P4, Quintin from GP2 last year P5, alongside Mansell in P6, Game Boys Q P7, sorry, P8 we got Absi, P9 Martin, P10 Sonic Hawk on the mediums, Mike and Colours of God bring up the rear of the rest of the drivers today. Question is it going to rain?
Is it going to rain? Did you hear about the news about the Haas team keeping Schumacher and Nikita for next season?
I did. I was not surprised about Nikita because his dad owns it, but a part of me thought, would Mick go to Alfa Romeo? I don't think Mick's quick enough yet. I'll be honest. He's good, but he's not shown the potential that he showed in GP2 last year, F2 last year. So, I mean, they were never going to get rid of Schumacher the best they could unless he was going to Alfa Romeo. And
I think the reason why Haas want to retain... Okay, why has it done that? I am somehow in the race.
Oh, are you in a car?
I'm in the car, yes.
You're going to have to go around for the first lap.
I'll race POV for myself.
It's alright, at least you're not the broadcaster. Otherwise
true, I'll take it.
Otherwise you'll be doing what I did before and broadcasting.
It's strange because I pressed triangle to spectate.
Yeah, you did, and the game's just a bit messed up. You would have thought if that wasn't the case, he would have chucked you in the car and qualifying, but no. Codemasters just likes to go for any league racing commentator, or any commentator from general F1.
And
let's just make your life hard. Anyway, we're here on the formation lap, and Laser will lead us away.
The guy in last place, alright, fellas.
We have 13, SFR Oliver. Right, telemetry I don't want on. I want tyres.
Well, I can tell from first hand that that Mike is the only guy out of the bottom, outside the top 10 to go for the mediums, and Connor Segona has gone for the soft tyre.
As for Oliver, he's also chosen the softs.
You know what's smart? Because I want to take on these guys, throw them straight on. I'm not going to take these guys on, by the way.
Could you imagine it, Oliver into turn 1, controller fails and literally takes out everybody?
So prediction time. I'm going for Merc, hopefully Merc double podium, and Jensen to be on there.
I agree. Lost Souls has shown some seriously good pace, but don't forget Melamo has also got some great pace. The Aston Martin car has been looking very quick this whole season. Predicted strategy is either going to be a soft hard. One stop round here is the most chosen strategy. Is overtaking can be quite difficult. It is a very long circuit. And drivers can get spread out quite quickly, so I don't expect many two-stop strategies. The guys on the medium tyre, I'm expecting them to go medium hard. The softs don't really last around here, although it is a short race distance in terms of 22 laps, but we can't forget this is the longest track on the calendar, and it does eat up your tyres. A lot of these corners are quite fast top speed corners, and it puts a lot of
not to mention that fuel effect's going to come in as well, because the driver's got to judge the fuel level as well. Because it's such a long circuit, they've got to really judge the fuel as well. Because if you think about it, the fuel, you don't know how bad the fuel deception is going to be. So,
no, exactly. It's a very good point, Oliver. And in terms of this new game, you actually can't control your fuel usage, whereas in previous games you used to use lean mix, standard mix, which was great. I found that way better than this year's version. I actually don't like the fact you can't change your fuel mix, personally. You have to guess your start. It makes it more
equal, isn't it?
It makes it more equal because everybody's going to be roughly on the same amount of fuel. But it also takes that element away that drivers have to know less about what they're doing in that side of things. But, oh well, I mean, there are pros and cons. There are pros and cons to these games. As we see, everybody liked the grid. SFR Oliver taking the last place up. I'm sure you.
Does that mean I've got to take the first lap?
Yeah, take the first lap, retire in the pits. Because if you retire on track, it's called a safety car.
Oh, I get you. Right, I understand.
Right. Anyway, so red lights are on. We have 5 red lights. And bon voyage, we are away for Belgium. Laser gets a great start off the line as he covers Melema very quickly into turn 1. Everyone's bunching up a little bit into turn 1. Looks like everyone's away quite cleanly. Laser's got a great start. Lost Souls. Mansel's overtaking Quinton on the start as well. Going out through Eau Rouge and Radion now. Can everybody keep it clean? Heavy with fuel. These guys would have had to lift off into turn 1. Not turn 1 to Eau Rouge. I'm shutting out to my rear end. But either way, Laser has got a great start. Melema's still close. Melema's actually closed that gap on that straight, to be fair. Maybe running a little bit less of a downforce on those front wings. As Mike has got past Game Boys. Looking back further throughout the field. As did I see for a second Oliver and Sonic Hawk?
I don't know why this is still so awkward at the moment. I don't want to do this.
Problem is, you can't be really slow because it's dangerous you being slow. Sorry.
Hey? Josh, I'll return the pits, boys. Don't you worry, I'm not racing.
Yeah. These guys can't text whilst driving. So luckily, luckily they can't complain right now. Either way, Laser, great start. As Melema's actually now 4/10 behind him. Jensen, my intervals are a bit misled. Let me try and reset my intervals. No, it's still telling me Jensen's a lap behind. When he's not. But oh well, this is the F1 game. We love it. As hopefully we'll see McLaren pull into the pits and retire.
And you are.
There we go.
Right, second penalty? Yes, let's have it. Boom, boom, done. Right, done it, done. Right, back to business.
Back to business, you can be back as spectator now. Great, I'll tell you, Laser's had a great start as Quintin and Mansell, probably the closest two on track, but absolutely. My intervals are right messed
getting
up
a good
right
run here on Laser. It's all over the back of him at the moment. trying to get past him at the moment.
I've also got Mike trying to make a move on LR Absi. That Red Bull's been quick in previous races alongside Jensen, but Absi keeps him at bay. Also, do watch out for Mike today, as he's starting on those medium compound tyres. Maybe that was a strategy choice by the Red Bulls for Mike to do the alternate strategy. Is your car going around the circuit?
It's going to pull up in a minute, don't worry. It's going to pull up.
There we go, it has.
There you go. Oh, Mike! He's just pushing Absi right through Poo 1 at the moment.
I'm going to try and reset my intervals because they're not right in a second, but Mike has gone. Oh, that was close!
Who's off? Who's that off? That's Mansell! Oh no, Mansell!
Is he in the barrier with wing damage?
He's got no damage on the car.
Oh no!
And it goes Mike on the back of Absi. Going down the inside before blocks him on.
He's got
nice.
It. Great move from Mike. Right, my interval is not working.
It should come back on after. There you go. It's not come back up now. Here we go. Well, this is with Melamer's chance to take laser.
Martin made a mistake. Martin's got no front wing. Mansell's going to keep going, not going to put. Martin's going to have to be forced to make a stop. How far can these hard tyres go?
No idea, but look at Melamer on the back of laser for the lead.
He's so close. Melamer's got him. Melamer's got him before the corner has even started him. And look at Lost Souls on the back of Jen. These top four are right behind one another right now.
Is that Mercedes curse finally starting to show something uplifting? Hopefully that's the case.
Don't say anything yet. Mercedes curse always comes back to bite us.
Come on, Mercedes.
It's not often.
Look at Lost Souls! Who's in this line? Going into Poo on. His car was on the AstroTurf on the right hand side. That's brilliant for Lost Souls.
I mean, I'm guessing it's AstroTurf and not actual grass, so it doesn't really affect the pace in the car.
That's so clever for Lost Souls.
I'll say one thing. I can tell Mansell's got a little bit of pace. He's actually hasn't lost too much time onto the back of Sonic, or he's catching him a little bit.
It's like how Lost Souls does against the Red Bull at Jensen. Before bus stop, of course.
I doubt he'll make a move. This would be a big lunge if he does. No, he's going to stay behind for now. These drivers... The problem is these drivers have to start making moves soon. They're going to get caught into a massive DRS train.
Oh, Game Boy's down the inside of... Oh, always had Absi there, but... Just backed off for now.
Into turn one, the top four. No one's going to make a move into turn one.
Is Laser going to strike back though on Melamer? That's the main thing. Can he get the run on him on a Rouge? It looks like Melamer's got enough of a gap to separate him.
Melamer's got a great gap to him. Let's have a look back on the intervals now.
Lost Souls was a lot more close to the Jensen than Laser is to Melamer. There's going to be Lost Souls' chance of getting third here.
Looks like Jensen maybe using over ERS to keep ahead, which he has done well. These guys just... We're so close to one another. I mean, the Aston Martin, I must say, the Aston Martin Formula 1 car in this year's game looks the best car by any stretch of imagination.
It's a Peng car.
It is unbelievably good looking.
Imagine, look at Lost Souls. He's taking that line again, taking the AstroTurf. He's making all the most of the track limits around this track.
Well, to be fair, it may work for him.
Oh, is that gone? Oh, who's that gone? I saw a car spun off.
Laser!
Oh no, Laser!
It's the Mercedes curse!
What's with Mercedes and GP1? I do not know.
It doesn't look like he's got any damage, but... don't count him out of this race yet. He could go hard to the end.
There's only one Mercedes left in this fight.
And it is Lost Souls. Lost Souls needs a good result. He hasn't had any luck this season. Can Lost Souls have a good result?
Jensen got a good drive out of the bus stop chicane.
Colours and Game Boy is quite close to one another. Colours thinking about the move. Mansel's 3/10 behind Laser. Could Mansell really upset this this Merc here? I'll keep an eye out for that gap, see if their intervals come down. Lost Souls and Jensen again on the straight.
He's not going for that slipstream behind Jensen. He's playing very safe at the moment as Lost Souls.
Well, maybe he's trying to force him into a mistake, potentially.
Game Boy's just got past Absy, yeah.
Up to P4 in those medium tyres.
He's looking a very dark horse moment, is Mike.
Well, he's on but the best straight. Mansell's got past Laser. Lost Souls, 3-second time penalty. Mansell's got ahead of the original, the pole sister and the race leader at one point.
Come on, Mansell.
Showing some pace in that McLaren. Back onto the leaders now.
The 3-car fight for the lead. Melliman leads. Jensen second. Lost Souls with the 3-second time penalty is in third. But you know that 3-second time penalty is not going to help him the Lost Souls that much because he
Sonic.
might.
Sonic is round on the gravel.
Oh no!
He's let the other drivers go past him though.
The important thing is, well, if you're in a train like this, you got to really manage the errs around here. You can't really waste it all in this train. Make the DRS do the work and let the DRS do the second part.
Yeah, I agree. Because one thing a lot of the drivers in the lower divisions struggle with learning about is the use of the errs and using it up loads. Because the second you run out of the RS, your straight line speed plummets, absolutely plummets, even when you're not using it. Because the battery's always using it.
Which I think he's going to use now. He's got a good run on Jensen here. Trying to get again. Look at him. He's not want to attack Jensen. He wants Jensen to do the work for him and get close to Malama.
Well, this is the thing. They're stuck in a DRS train. Lost Souls knows he's got the pace. He doesn't want to go for a stupid move and risk putting himself out of the race. He's got very close there into that tight right-hander. Jensen, bit of a wobble out of that corner. Mansell and Laser are literally squabbling for position right now. Laser got ahead, then Mansell retook and Laser's back ahead again. Great work by Mansell trying to keep up with Laser, who is a very, very quick GP1 driver. I will say, it's very impressive drive so far from Medema. He's kept it clean, hasn't made a mistake just of yet.
He's right now controlling the race at the moment, is Malama. He's just minding his own business.
But I do expect some cars to be into the pits this lap. For those guys doing the soft hard strategy, this was the predicted first stop. Let's see if we see any action into that pit lane.
Top three not
coming in. Mike obviously won't be coming in just of yet. Or is he? No, Mike's in.
Mike is coming in. Oh.
Maybe part of his strategy. May undercut. Don't forget.
Oh, he's retired.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Right.
Oh well.
I'm sure he has his reasons. Mansell's into the pits. Mansell is going to go on to the mediums.
Jensen's going to the river Melema. He's going down the outside. Going towards the
he's got him
to the corner. Nice, well worked for Jensen. He was saving that as well.
Right, the question is, watch out for the Aston Martin and the Mercedes to maybe now they've seen Jensen go for the move, will they start going for themselves?
That's a bit of a shame there for Mike, to be honest. I was really intrigued to see what his strategy is going to work out.
Yeah, well, maybe he's got a controller issue or
maybe a personal issue.
Maybe a personal issue, I don't know. But he's obviously got a reason. But either way, he did show some incredible pace today.
Fair play to you, Mike. Well done to you.
That's all it's about. It's a fun racing league, as long as you take part. And we cannot be annoyed as Lost Souls getting right behind Melema. Colours, 3-second time penalty. I'm expecting a move here from Lost Souls into the bus stop chicane. He is so
close.
He is tucked right behind him.
He's going to go for a move. He's going to go back to Verstappen. Oh, Oh, Lost Souls! That is brave! Oh, careful! Careful, watch the tyres, Lost Souls! Oh, they're good.
Close.
Jensen's in, and
so is Melema. Right,
Lost Souls got to react.
Lost Souls has to absolutely blitz this lap. Right, let's have a look at what tyres you guys are going on. They're going on to mediums. Mediums for Jensen, mediums for Melema.
So they're coming to the 2-stop.
Maybe the mediums can go to the end. I don't know. Because sometimes the predicted strategy that the race gives us themselves, or the game gives us, isn't always the correct one. So maybe mediums can go to the end. Because I don't see a single driver going onto those hard tyres.
Lost Souls needs to react to Melema and Jensen. He needs to react.
Lost Souls has shown some good pace, and he's got clean air for the first time. So now he's got some clean air.
Melema and Laser just go side by side, and pretty easy move.
Yeah, well, this is what Lost Souls needs. He needs Melema and Jensen to. Well, Jensen's got clean air, to be fair, but he needs Melema 3 seconds. That's going to help Lost Souls out.
Let's see what Lost Souls can do. Let's see what Lost Souls can really do. Now he's in this clean air. Now he's got the free will of the track. Jensen is just exiting Poo on now.
Well, the gap to lead is 16 seconds from Jensen to Lost Souls. Well, the pit lane here isn't actually that long, and it's not a big of a pit lane. I think it's about a 17-second pit lane. I'd like to say 17 to 18 seconds.
It's got to be close if Lost Souls pits.
I'll be very surprised if he doesn't, I'll be honest. Let's have a look. Comes into the bus stop.
Yeah, he's coming in. So Jensen's just about to come towards Blanchimon now. So this is going to be very, very close.
Quintin's in. I believe Absi will follow him in as well. Yeah, Absi's in. Jensen will be our lead car.
Lost Souls just changed. Out of the pits he comes.
Yeah, Jensen's got it. Definitely.
What about Melema? Yeah, he's got him as well as the Lost Souls. Must have a scruffy in lap.
That undercut was massive. What, Lost Souls in the power slide. That was incredible.
Just like a rally car trick coming out of the corner. Wow.
That was an incredible slide.
Talk about exiting the pits in style.
Mate, it needs a point for that. Colour's going very, very, very
Absolutely,
slowly.
Gay boys are going to have a squabble once again.
Lasers in. Right, so everybody has now pitted for the fresh tyres apart from Sonic, who is still yet to make a stop.
So Game Boys has just gone past Absi for 6th place. So Aston Martin 2 and 6.
Absi's getting quite close behind him though still. Watch out for the move back from Absi.
Absi's showing a very good strong debut at the moment.
He is. I'm not sure if he's come into GP1 or whether he's just reserving, but either way he's showing some good strong paces today.
Only 9 remain. Game
Boys is in GP1. So a lot of these guys now, if they want to just score points, finish the race. Finish the race. Everybody, I say this every week, especially in GP1, when the majority of the time 10 drivers or less are finishing the race. So guaranteed points. Mansell, oh no, he spun again at the exact same corner.
I don't think the Fania chicane is not a good place for him. Quintin, oh, Sonic Hawk and Quintin side by side go through Block Shimon.
Melema says fastest lap of the race.
He's responding to Jensen at the moment.
Melema showing some rapid pace. Lost Souls needs to close that gap in as much as he can now.
Jensen's last lap was a 45.9, and Melema was a 45.3, so
0.6.
So
He's
Melema's
close.
really
Melema's
pushing.
close.
Oh, he's going to go for it.
He's on the inside. Keep it clean, boys. He's got it before the corner.
Melema's having a really, really strong race today.
Before the corner.
There should be a lot of Melema fans out there cheering him on. There's a big train of cars behind Sonic Hawk.
Sonic Hawk's just backing up the field now, isn't he?
He's in the Haas car, so it'll suit it very well. No offense to you, Sonic Hawk. I just mentioned the team, not you.
So looking at the gaps, then it's basically the battle with Sonic Hawk that everyone's behind.
So the gap between the leaders right now is around 2.8 seconds. So Malama's not in the clear yet to win the race.
No, also Lost Souls
still gets second.
Lost Souls has gained about 3/10 on that lap to the leaders whilst they were fighting. The gap was 2.5, it's now 2.1. Game Boys gets past Sonic. Sonic's still right with him, though.
I think Sonic's letting them through, or is he playing wise?
I don't think he
Sonic
is.
Sonic's playing wise.
Ooh.
Oh, he backed off. He backed off.
Sonic was getting very close.
It's like Sonic is playing his own race at the moment.
I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, it's free practice for him for whenever GP2 do race in Belgium.
So Jensen, is he gonna play? You know, Jensen's a wily old. Jensen's a wily old fox. He's gonna be playing this really, really safe with Melema.
Well, the thing is, it's basically these guys are going to be squabbling for position most laps when they get close. It's
Absolutely, Game Boys once again.
Absy's got him around the outside potentially. Well, he's got him before the corner. Great move from Absy.
Oh!
What a catch! Everyone's got some snap of oversteer on today, haven't they?
Lost Soul still taking the AstroTurf line.
Oh, it's working for him, but again, he does need to close up to these two. Jensen's in the dirty area, Melema, so can't really push too much. I do expect Lost Souls to hopefully close that gap up and make this a bit more of an interesting Grand Prix. I don't see a safety car happening, I'll be honest.
No, I really doubt it.
Unless something major happens with this midfield
that'll
battle
help
between
Mansell
Quinton and
out
Sonic.
because you know what Mansell's going to be like. Oh, safety car's out, thank you very much.
Yeah, he needs it, doesn't he?
Jens is all over Melema's backside at the moment. Can he? He's gonna play this safe. He's got to figure the right moment to attack Melema.
Yeah, they've also got to think of the fact that I reckon when this move gets done on the final lap, the Kemmel Straight is probably the last major overtaking opportunity. You can do it into the bus stop chicane, but you have to be close enough. So, is he just going to save his ERS to the final lap and go for it? Or is he going to go for it? Because he's close now, to be fair.
He's going for it now.
He's very close now.
Jensen around the outside gets the move done.
Jensen's got it.
With Jensen.
I'm going to say my phrase, shut me up and call me Susan Boyle. That was a great move.
Well, the outside line going into the Fania chicane is probably the best line because then you get the inside of the second part of Fania. So yeah. Jensen played that well.
Yeah, it's a very good line to take because you're already on the racing line. So you've got the grip on the track naturally anyway. And as you said, you've got the inside line for the next corner. So it's a very good move to make. Now, Melema has to stick with Jensen now. He has to maybe use some ERS, keep that gap between 5 and 4 tenths. Does not want to let Jensen get away.
Well, I'm looking at the recent lap times now. Jensen's last lap was a 45.7, and Melema did a 45.7 as well. So they're matching each other at the moment as the leaders.
Yeah,
I've been very interested what Lost Souls is doing on lap times.
Lost Souls, I think he may have made a mistake because he's actually 3 seconds back now. He's lost about a second in time.
He did a 45.5 in the previous lap, and then he done a 46.1 on his next lap. So yeah, Lost Souls he's on 2 warnings as well. Lost Souls he's on another set of 2 warnings.
Jensen fastest lap of the race, 44.8.
So Melema, he needs to play the Jensen game at the moment. Be patient with him and literally let him use his ERS. And he can attack him, make him look like a sissy duck. Yep.
Also, watch out for Laser coming through from the back of the field. He's rapidly catching that group ahead of him.
Melema is playing the waiting game. And what about... Yeah, Game Boys and Nabsy about to go again.
Game Boy's right behind him. He's going to pull out onto the inside line. Absi will have the outside line. Will he? Yeah, he's going to let him go past. I think a lot of these drivers know that they're just going to be trading on majority of these laps. So there's no real point in fighting and using up your tyres.
It's turned into a nice standard race, this is for GP1 at the moment.
It is. Everyone's racing very cleanly. And there's also quite a few overtakes that actually are happening, considering the attendance for GP1 this week is actually a lot better than previous weeks. So thank you very much, and everybody's going to say it already. Thank you for the attendance. It's actually much better to commentate on. Starting grid with 12 drivers. We'd like it to be more. We'd like it to be up to about 15, but it's a better attendance.
I completed like 10% of the race. What's going on down there? What happened to Game Boy's
fun.
Find your corner again.
Well, the problem is these curves in this game. When the test was on Belgium, when we were first doing our testing in SFR before the season started, those curves were horrible. I don't know whether the game's still the same, but I remember that corner. If you get on the first curve incorrectly, it gets your rear tyres out of shape, and it does spin your car around. Especially with worn tyres, the drivers don't really have trust in the car, so it's very, very easy to get out of shape.
Man, let's go for a move here, Morris.
Oh, he's right behind. He's going to get him before the DRS even on. He is. Jensen's going to get the toe, though. I don't think Jensen's going to go for another move. Again, trading positions.
I don't think Jensen really minds, really.
No, I don't think he does. As Sonic Hawk is in the pits onto soft tyres. Moves Mansell up to P8.
I mean, there's something very different as well. Them two played a smart game as well, because they're keeping the gap to Lost Souls behind as well. Yeah, so Lost Souls is not really gaining. No,
I think these two both know. They're not talking to each other. Laser with a 3-second time penalty again. But they know if they just fight and are just going at it, that, as you say, Oliver, Lost Souls is going to catch. But by trading DRS, by trading overtakes every lap, Lost Souls' gap isn't coming down. Lost Souls can push as much as he can, but these two effectively got clean air.
So by contrast, saying that these, like you said, Jensen and Malama are right now trading places, not even losing each other at any speeds, because they know what the best overtaking zones are. They know where the best DRS zone is. They know when to use the Earths properly.
Yeah.
By doing that, they are just creating the toe for each other and building the gap to Lost Souls. So this is now turning quickly to a two-horse race.
I agree. And
the fact that Jensen does a penalty, of course.
Exactly. So Jensen's got to keep that penalty down, because Jensen doesn't have to overtake Melema. And he knows that. Melema just needs to... Well, Melema's got two choices. He either fights with Jensen and hopes that Jensen gets a penalty, which is very likely, because we know track limits are very strict. I don't think he's going to put away a 3-second gap, though. So I think Melema's just going to have to fight with Jensen, hope that Jensen picks up a time penalty. Also,
it's
watch out for Sonic Hawk.
Because Jensen has not scored any warnings at the moment. Jensen's been having a super clean race. He hasn't even scored one warning yet over the past 15 laps.
No, it's an incredible feat. And that's one thing these GP1 drivers have to have. And in the top divisions across any racing league at all, being in the top of the division isn't just about your raw pace, it's about being a clean driver. Also about what you were saying earlier, Oliver, about managing your ERS, knowing when the best overtaken zones are to not cost you time. They're the things that make him a quick driver, and as I said, Sonic Hawk was catching the back of Mansell. Yeah, he's at the same chicane. Oh no, it wasn't the same chicane, it was the chicane after the Kemmel Straight. But Sonic Hawk has lost a part of his wing, so we'll probably have to pit again. Shows how quick the soft tyres are though, because Sonic Hawk was catching Mansell.
Melema is pulling away, but is that Melema using the ERS a bit more than Jensen, maybe? Or is Jensen just backing off?
I mean, looking at their errors, not going to say what it is, but he's not actually using that much ERS. Neither of them are. So, but at the same time, that gap is staying around 0.7 of a second. But
Jensen, it's just Jensen, isn't it? It's just playing the wild old Fox game. let Mellor just drive out, so then let the penalties speak for themselves.
Exactly, but at the same time, if Mellor can get that gap out to a second and get Jensen out of the DRS, because the DRS gains you 2/10 on that straight at least, maybe even 3/10.
Yeah.
If he can get Jensen out of that DRS, he won't pull out 3 seconds on Jensen, but what he will do is force Jensen maybe to drive a bit quicker and may pick up a penalty. That's the only way Melleman's going to win this race. He's not going to...
So what is the penalty situation anyway?
Let me have a looshki for you. So, Melleman's on 3 seconds. Jensen obviously nothing. Lost Souls on 3 seconds. Quintin has no time penalties whatsoever. Absi with 3. Laser with 6 seconds worth of time penalties. He is coming through the field though, but does need to obviously make his penalties back. Game Boys with 3 seconds. Mansell doesn't have any penalties, and Sonic Corp with 3 seconds as well.
So for Laser, he's right now 2 seconds behind Absi. If he can try and catch him, and then he's got another 3 seconds to catch to Quintin, his best result really for Laser would be a 4th. And with Lost Souls being a 3rd, that'd be a great result for them.
It'd be a great result, but obviously Laser needs to pull out that time because Quintin doesn't have any time penalties. So pulling out 6 seconds may be difficult. So Laser's really got to go for it. But again, this gap between Jensen and Mellor, I wouldn't surprise me now if Jensen's not going to go for another move. He's been 8/10 behind every lap.
Jensen's been biding his time. That's the main thing. We're going to the final stages now, and Jensen is just managing this race absolutely beautifully. He's very, very well experienced, this Jensen. He's very well experienced. He does league racing like every single day. I don't know how he finds the time, but Jensen, he's just, I don't know. He's like the Jensen Button of Formula One. He's just, and it's got Jensen in his name for a reason.
Well, I think he's just a very experienced league racer, knows how to handle situations. He keeps himself out of trouble as much as possible. And as we see here today, Oliver doesn't get time penalties. And in league racing, it's such a big thing to not have time penalties. Because, you know, at the moment, it's going to win the race. If him and Mellor didn't have any time penalties, Jensen would be forced to make a move. But right now, he knows he doesn't have to make a move, and it makes his life way less stressful.
I'm running on board with Jensen now, and the lines he's taking is so consistent. I mean, look at him, he's kissing every apex, know when to be on the power, know to deploy the earth just a little bit, knowing what turning input of the car, know what the brake bias is, what differential he needs to use. Yeah, Jensen is just very super experienced, but don't count off Mellor because he's controlling the race well. It's just that time penalties hanging over his head is just handing this race to Jensen. Yeah, and if you guys have ever watched F1 esports, one thing that they said, it was quite a few seasons ago against I think it was Brendan Lee who was racing at Abu Dhabi. The amount of things that some of these top drivers do in terms of changing the differentials going into certain corners, changing the brake bias going into certain corners, and not keeping it the same, knowing that different corners require different levels or percentage of where the brake bias is, whether it's on the front more or whether it's on the rear brakes more. It's something these quick drivers change. Every corner is different, every braking zone is different. Some braking zones you don't brake as hard, some you brake all the way on the brakes to slow that car right down. Those little things just make these drivers so much quicker. I mean, Jensen now actually 5/10 behind. J boys, hits the penalty list. Question is, Oliver, are you excited for F1 esports to start? Because F1 esports starting very, very soon. I'm looking forward to see how they get on. I most likely will be watching it because I'm not watching F1 esports and that, because I know those drivers out there. I wish I was going to be like one of them, but I'm watching it. It's like I'm pretty much commentating. We're commenting on esports now with GP1. Yeah, that's the main thing. Well, that's the thing. One thing would be great to see because F1 esports. One thing I love about it is the qualification for it. Anyone can qualify for F1 esports. Any person in the world can do it. You qualify through the game. You go to the race weekends that they have. And anyone can be involved in F1 esports. It just turns out that every single year it's basically the same people because they're so quick. But it would be amazing if we saw some of our own drivers in SFR. I think that would be probably SFR's biggest career achievement as a brand, is to get one of our drivers into esports. If I had to put my money on any driver to get in there, I had to say Jensen, because Jensen is super experienced at doing these sort of things. He does it for a living, and you can tell him at the moment he's just absolutely gunning for it at the moment.
I mean, yeah, he races what, every single day?
Yes.
I think the only day he doesn't race, maybe even like a Sunday evening or something, when he gives himself a one rest day or something. But most days he's...
You were talking about Laser at some point. He has actually caught Absy. Laser's caught Absy.
Absy also has a time penalty as well. So Laser just needs a 3-second gap to Absy to take P5. Laser's on the back, and here comes Laser. He made the move already on Absy. Right, he's got him. So, Laser now, he's actually only 1.4 seconds behind Quintin. Laser needs to pull a gap now.
And he needs to put the pressure on Quintin as well. You probably can hear my brother in the background. Nice.
That's right. We'll just have to speak a bit louder. Joking, but...
Louder.
Louder.
Laser's caught him already.
He has, because Laser needs to get past Quintin to increase it. I mean, Laser's not going to put out the gap to Quintin in 6 seconds. It's not going to happen, but he needs to try and put out the gap to Absy.
I think Jensen's playing safe, I think.
Yeah, I really can't... I mean, this is the thing. A lot of F1 drivers would love to win the race on track. And would love to say, I was the best driver on the day. I did it on track. But if Jensen goes for a move, he could put himself at risk for not finishing the race. It can happen. Mellema could turn into Michael Schumacher and punt him off the track. It could happen. But I think Jensen, as you said, he's playing it safe. He knows at this point he's going to win the race. He doesn't need to finish ahead on track because it doesn't mean anything. He's guaranteed 25 points.
So we can watch this battle then for 456. This looks a lot more entertaining.
Let's have a look. And, well, Laser's right on the back of Quintin. He's right on the back. He's almost going to hit him. How close does he want to get? He goes out to the outside. He's going to have him. Or is he? Or is Quintin going to hold it around the outside? Nope. Laser is past. So, Laser now needs to absolutely fly. He's got to hope that Quintin and Absy can have a bit of a tussle. Quintin's position's safe. He's not going to put out 6 seconds, but it's Absy. Absy needs to just make sure he keeps his time nice and consistent. Sonic Hawk fastest lap of the race. Sonic Hawk takes that bonus point for Haas. Have Haas actually scored any points in GP1 this year? Let me just check.
Right now, check what?
If Haas have scored any championship points in GP1 this year. Because Sonic Hawk just got fastest lap. No, Haas have not scored a point. So Sonic Hawk is guaranteeing himself points for Haas.
Aww.
Isn't he kind? Isn't he kind to the Haas? I don't think anyone's actually in the Haas this year.
What's the chance of Sonic Hawk is? 2 laps to go, and I know he's been very quiet about this, but Lost Souls could be finally getting a result they can actually be happy about.
Well, it could be on the podium here. He's just got to keep it clean. Laser is behind him now in the other Mercedes, which Quintin's not going to be able to... Well, Quintin's quite far behind. He's not going to catch Lost Souls unless Lost Souls makes a mistake. Jensen, Mellema, all this time we've been talking, he's got him.
Oh, thanks, Jensen. I thought you were playing safe.
Yellow flag at Sonic Hawk. He's made a mistake. Just needs to finish the race. He's guaranteed.
So Jensen wants to be the fastest car of the day.
NLR Absy's got past Quintin.
It's what Laser wants is these two to fight.
He's currently got a 1 second gap to Absy. He needs to create 2 more seconds. He's done a second on the last lap. If he does second on this lap as well, it's going to be tight. He needs, mathematically speaking, if he does a second on every lap from when he first made that move, he will create 3 seconds. But he needs Quintin to fight. But again, is Quintin? Quintin's also a very experienced league racer. He's going to finish in P4 right now. Quintin doesn't
Look
need
at
to make a move.
Mellema's getting really close to Jensen's Red Bull.
Well, Mellema knows that he has to overtake him if he wants any chance of taking this win.
Oh, he's played safe as Mellema. I think he's trying to put Jensen in so much pressure.
Yeah, well, Mellema's just going to save for the Kemmel Straight, isn't he?
Yeah. Actually, has Jensen got any warnings? No, no warnings at all for Jensen.
No, I don't think Jensen's going to receive a time penalty, but Mellema can force him into a mistake. That's what he can do.
That's what he can do now.
Yeah, he's got to get right behind him. He's got to do what Jensen Button did to Sebastian Vettel in the 2011 Canadian Grand Prix. One of the greatest Grand Prix ever, where Button forced him to a mistake. Whoa! Mellema, what a switch!
He just dummy Jensen.
He did a 90-degree angle switch.
He just dummy Jensen. Wow.
That is a great move. Because don't forget, Mellema wants to finish first on track and just say, right, it's fine. I finished ahead of Jensen. He was racing me. I've done it. Jensen will probably get the win at this rate, but Mellema can just go, yeah, I've done it. I finished P1 on track. Lost Souls is pretty much guaranteed P3 now, as long as he doesn't make a mistake. Laser has got a 1.6 second gap to Absi. Looks like Quintin's not going to try and close that gap down. Everybody has now started their final lap apart from Sonic Hawk, who has been lapped. Sonic Hawk is actually right on the back of Jensen. Look at Sonic Hawk on those fresh soft tyres.
Oh, and there we go. Then it's because the final result, Jensen is going to win.
Yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look. The Aston Martin and Mellema. Mellema, credit to where credit's due, has had an absolutely outstanding race today. Led the field from pretty much start to finish, trading with Jensen, but unfortunately that time penalty, Jensen got quite close at the end. Time penalty will see Jensen coming across the line. Jensen will take the win. Mellema P2.
Lost Souls, baby!
Lost Souls are going to get a result, break that Mercedes curse and get on the podium. Lost Souls needed that. Laser, his teammate, will come across the line in P4. The gap is 2 seconds. Come on. I don't think he's going to do it. He's not, but will he come ahead of Quintin? No. He won't. He won't. Right, so Laser finishes P6. Quintin, I think that's his best result of the season in a P4. Actually,
can Mansell go as fast as lap though? That's the thing. It's got a purple second sector, so Mansell's going the fastest lap here.
I don't blame him if he's going for it.
You can tell, wow, he's making that car fly, wow.
Let's see if he can get it. My former teammate from last year. I miss racing with you, Mansell, but can you do a fastest lap in GP1? There it is.
Yes, he can.
I did lie, by the way. Quintin did get on the podium last week. So Quintin with a 3rd place last week and a 4th place this week. Good results from him, stepping up from last season. Driver of the day, the game has given it to Jensen. I would agree. If Mellema didn't get a 3-second time penalty and won the race, I probably would have given it to Mellema, in fairness, because Mellema controlled the field from start to finish, toying with Jensen the whole time. Jensen did well, but again, the experience of Jensen just showed he didn't need to make a move. He went for it in the end, but Mellema got the move done.
Would you give the biggest question to Jensen ever? Would he compete free sports?
I'm going to ask him. I will ask him and see what his response is. Would he try and... He probably tries every year to get in. I think everybody tries to do those time trial times and there's race results that they ask for. But I shall ask him. Anyway, go through your standings. Jensen takes P1 in the Red Bull for a great race from him today. Mellema across the line in P1, but with time penalties puts him back to P2. Lost Souls, best finish of the season so far. Had a good race today. Ended up in P3 on the podium. Quintin P4. Absi, great result in his debut in P5. Laser P6 in the other Mercedes. Shown some great pace in qualifying. Made a few mistakes in the race, but either way, good result from Laser. Game Boys P7, Mansell P8, and with the fastest laps will take 5 points home today. And Sonic Hawk guarantees Haas some points. Sonic Hawk is guaranteed Haas 2 points in the drivers in the Constructors' Championship, seeing as Haas don't even have a driver in GP1, so they have some points.
Just gonna get these drivers in now. Not a bad race today for GP1. Quite a box standard Belgian Grand Prix for them.
No, it was pretty good. There was no real major incidents whatsoever. The drivers did keep the race very clean, and there was some overtaking.
Brent Jensen just played a super smart game. That's what he did.
I agree.
It's just trying to find Melaman's name at the moment. There we go, found him.
No, wait,
And there's Jensen. There he is.
Our race winner is in.
Hello, hello.
You'll get used to this, aren't you, Jensen? There's these podium interviews in SFR. You'll just get like so used to them.
Yeah, I guess.
Is Melama?
Yes.
Is Lost Souls coming? That's the main question, because I know he'd be buzzing off this race. Race finished earlier than I expected, to be honest.
It's good for me. I got another race at night, so
That's the
practice for that.
Morris has got like a very good question to ask you very soon, Jensen.
Well, I've got a juicy question for you, Jensen. Which I should ask you in a minute.
Shall we start him interviews, Morris? Because I don't think Lost Souls is. I don't think Lost Souls is on. He'll probably join us, join the interviews. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll go for it. Right, Incredible Racing YouTube. Please make sure your mic is allowed to be shared. I'm guessing it probably already is for YouTube, but just make sure it's all ready to go, and we'll start with the interviews. And we are going to start today with Jensen. Jensen, great racing you today, came across with the win. You and Melema had an awesome battle throughout that entirety of the race. Just tell us about the race from your perspective.
Yeah, it was pretty decent, I guess. Kind of bottled qualifying, but as well as Malema and Laser did, but Laser got pole in the end, and it was not so much of an interesting race. I mean, me and Malema were just overtaking each other here and there. I think he was pretty much dragging me along in a DRS. I was like not confident to go flat through some corners, so yeah, I think he probably, if it was running our own races without DRS, he probably would have pulled a gap. But I mean, yeah, tried keeping out of track limits, kept behind him. Yeah, just looked at the bigger picture in the end, and yeah, took the race win. And yeah, just adding more points to my tally.
Well, it was a great race for you today, and as me and Oliver was saying throughout the race, great strategy from yourself. Second, you saw that Melema had that 3-second time penalty. You sort of stayed within that DRS range the entirety of the race, and almost just guaranteed yourself that win. Being nice and sensible. Question I have to ask you, Jensen. Do you ever consider yourselves to race in F1 esports?
Here we go.
I don't think anyone's asked me much about. I mean, I'm at the moment, like, I'm going to try and get into the Challenges series this year.
Yeah.
Which will be a huge ask. My first year on no assist, probably going for it. I mean, if
Jensen, in my mind, I think you're so experienced now that you do league race like every day. I think you just do the business.
Yeah, I do 11 leagues, so. But I'm going
11 leagues.
Can I just say there are 7 days in the week? There are 7 days in the week, and you do 11.
Yeah, I'll do at least one every day. But I'm going to be I'm going to be cutting down on my leagues to like 3 or 4 maybe in the week, just to fit
I
like
struggle to
college
do.
studies and all that around. as well.
7 is 11 is just...
What? I mean, I thought like 4 was a lot. I think 1's a lot.
Yeah, calm down. Right. But
Jesus.
yeah. I mean, if I was gonna put myself, if I was gonna consider myself fast enough for esports, I have to be PSG or F1. At the moment, I'm F3. So, I mean, it's the first year, or the first game running no assists, committing to it, and maybe with better equipment as well. I've got G29 at the moment, so maybe if I got a Fanatec, maybe it might go a bit quicker.
You're doing all of that on G29. That's impressive. Very, very impressive.
Yeah, it's got me through the last year, so yeah, I'm not gonna give it up yet. But I mean, yeah, it is.
Is that something you would look to invest in? Something like a Fanatec?
I mean, depends if I get enough money for it. But I mean, at the moment, my interest in league's just consistent results here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do what I can.
Either way, it'd be great to see you in the Challenger Series. So continue to push. But yeah, a great race from you today, and well done. Another win from you.
Yeah, cheers. And thanks for the comms as well.
That's alright, no worries. Good luck in your other race.
Yeah, thank you.
Malema.
GG to Malema and Lost Souls as well.
So moving on to Malema now. Great race from you today. You and Jensen were changing positions majority of the laps and giving each other a tow. How did you feel about that race went from you today?
It felt nice, but I had no practice before this, so I was jumping with no practice.
You had no practice, and you kept pace with Jensen. That's impressive.
Yeah, I had Tuesday I had a league on Belgium the same, but 2 days ago. But today I did nothing.
Well,
And the race I couldn't get Jensen out of my DRS, yeah. So I knew it was hoping he got a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, Oliver, you were saying that during the race,
no warnings for the entire race.
Yeah, I got 6 in 3 laps or something, 5 in 3 laps.
Was that due to the fact that Jensen was putting so much pressure on you?
No, yeah, it was just around the pit stops. It didn't work.
Ah, I see. Just around the pistols, but Malema, great race from you today. Again, you kept it very clean. Looking on to next week's race. Let me just check the calendar.
I bet my money's gonna be Monza.
Oh, it's not. It's Zandvoort.
Oh.
Zandvoort is quite nice for me.
So, how do you feel about
Prix.
How do you feel about Zandvoort?
It's the circuit. It's good for me. It's a good track for me.
Are you gonna take turn 3 round the outside?
Inside.
Inside. Ooh. I feel like that corner is always disputed on whether you go on the inside or the outside, because some drivers like to, I mean, in real F1 this year they went on the outside line. Sometimes in esports everyone does it differently, but it'd be interesting to see how you get on in next week's race. Again, I'm going to ask you the same question, because you and Jensen seem to be very similar pace. Would you ever consider yourself for F1 esports and pushing towards the Challenger Series?
No, just I'm driving on the controller, so.
Oh, what?
You're this pace on the controller? Huh?
Yes.
Thank you, man. You made my day a lot more happy now. Up for controllers. You took on that controller.
That's
Holy
impressive.
Cow!
That's impressive. Anyway, Malema, well done today. Good result for you in P2. Look forward to seeing you race next week at Zandvoort.
It's gonna be fun.
Oliver, I have any last questions or anything else to say to our viewers watching the stream tonight?
Hopefully all you guys will tune in for next week's running of SFR. Hopefully, what's the next race for the British Grand Prix coming up? So please tune in Monday 7:30.
Yep, so next week, as usual, we have races from Monday to Thursday. GP1 is the only one which is a little bit out with our calendars. We do GP1 a little bit differently. Do catch GP5 running on a Monday. I'm sure Oliver will catch you there being on the comms. And GP4, probably both. I think there's been a week where you haven't done both comms, to be fair.
Someone has to fill in with me soon, because I can't do all of these comms.
Oh, he loves it, really. He loves it, really. But either way, thank you very much, guys, for watching. If you haven't already, please do subscribe down to Speed Force Racing. We're on about 530 subscribers right now. The aim is by the end of this season to be up to 550, and hopefully by the start of the new game be up to 600 subscribers here in SFR. If you're interested in doing any league racing, please leave a comment down below in one of the streams that we have done. I'm sure one of the admin team will see it and we can get you involved in Speed Force Racing league racing. We have 5 divisions, so there's a division for everybody who races in this game in general, and I'm sure you'll fit right into the Speed Force Racing family. But if you haven't already, that's everything that I'm going to say. Oliver, it's been a pleasure having you on comms again with me. As usual, it's been an absolute pleasure. And hopefully next week you are not in the car and I can hear your amazing start intro.
Hopefully.
Make me laugh as per usual. But thank you very much everyone for tuning in to GP1. I have been SFR Morris and I've had SFR Oliver join me today. But thank you very much, and we will catch you on Monday evening with GP5 starting at 7:30. But until next time, guys, bye for now, and we'll see you next week.